exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about R, right? When you drag your stop loss, why are we saying, okay, well, we're going to just settle for said profit? I told you guys 100 times, if I had to do a 1R trade or 2R trade or whatever all you guys like doing, and I wouldn't even get up. Because it's just, that's boring. Who wants to, say, okay, well, my stop loss is 20 ticks. My take profit's going to be 20 ticks. Oh, okay, we'll do it again. My stop loss is 20 ticks. My take profit's going to be 20. Get out of here, man. I'd get bored. I'd quit trading. I'd figure out something else. I want to see that thing run.
Yeah, it's really robotic, bro.
Yeah, I want to get up and I want to put my stop loss at 20 ticks because that's what I can control, right? And then I want to drag my stop into profit. And if it goes 100 ticks in profit, then I want to catch that 100 tick move. And that's why I wake up every morning, because I'm looking for that move. I'm looking for. Wait till reality finds out about slots. Are you kidding me? You know how many slots I played? When I turned 21, Jeff, I went and I played dollar slot machines. And I had, back then, this is going to show my age for a minute. Back then, the coins actually came out of the slot machines, right? Today, you get little tickets.
Yeah, this guy is holding 50, bro.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I ain't that dang old. Anyway, the coins came out, and I had buckets. They gave you like plastic buckets, and I had buckets full of these dollar coins on my 21st birthday. I just kept on filling up bucket after bucket on these slot machines. Yeah.
Wait, they used to be dollar coins, bro?
Yeah, they were like little silver coins that came out of them. Reality was addicted. No, I still play slot machines now and again when I go to the casino. I'll go and pop a little money in here and there. But slot machines have always treated me really well. I win here and there. Not that I've ever won a like the jackpot or anything. I've won some big wins on slot machines, but not like, the jackpot that's up on the top of it. I've never won nothing like that, so I'm not that lucky.
Yeah, don't forget, bro. It's races, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm not addicted. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I enjoy going to the casino, Jeff, but I hadn't been to the casino in years. But I enjoy going. I like the whole.
You do.
Yeah.
No. Well, you're lying to me, bro. You have the casino literally in front of you right now.
Yeah. You're right. But I mean, I'm talking about physical casino, right? I hadn't been to the physical casino in quite a few years. I think the last time I went was the last hurricane that came to Florida. It wasn't the last one. It was the one before it. It was the one before the last one, actually. And I went down to Mississippi, and I did some up to Mississippi from here, I guess, and did some. I spent some time in the casino during that hurricane. But that was back in I don't know, probably 2018. It's probably the last time I went to a casino. Maybe 2018, 2019, something like that. Somewhere in that range. So it's been quite a few years, but I still enjoy it. I like playing craps. I like playing Pai Gow. I love poker. You already know that. I haven't played poker in a casino in a long time, but and I like playing a little bit of slots here and there. No Limit Hold'em. We've got a No Limit Hold'em game. I forget what it's called, like No Limit Hold'em Bonus or something. It's like a table game. It's not so bad, but it's really more based on luck than any kind of skill set. But Pai Gal's nice if anybody goes to the casino wants anything to waste some time. Pai Gal's it's a decent game. It really is.
I love giving casino advice. Yo, guys, you want to lose some money, bro? This Pai Gal game is so good, bro.
Nah. You actually can keep your money. You limit your losses on Pai Gal. You don't win a lot, but you don't lose a lot either. So it's one of those kind of games where you can spend a lot of time and not spend a ton of money. So that's always the beauty of it. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, man. The more time you spend in the casino, the better your money gets, bro.
Yeah, for sure. You just always gotta remember what the gambling thing is, right? And you need to use this when people tell you you're gambling king. You got to remember, when you gamble, you have a chance at making 1,000 times your money, and you can only lose 100 times your money. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
That's true. Yeah, I know that one. I know that one.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah,
I mean, it's perfect.
No. I love telling people like I never seen a casino sell me shit and like lets me gamble with the over 90% win rate. Man, never seen that shit happen.
He's just getting people addicted at this point. I'm just.
He is, man. Getting this guy bad, bro.
All fairness, that's risk to reward. Think about that for a minute. All you SMC ICT traders out there, think about what I just said. You can only lose 100% of your money. So that's 1R, right? But you can win 1,000%. So that's 10R.
10R for them, man. They don't understand normal English.
Yeah, there's nothing even. I mean, there's no risk here. Okay, YouTube, before you ban me, I'm just kidding. Obviously, there's risk in trading. I'm just joking. Don't nobody get their panties in a wrinkle now. No, Jeff, I love trading. I love trading. Yeah, I like going to the casino.
Gambling,
don't get me wrong, but trading's by far much better than going to the casino.
More profitable.
Yep.
Wait, have you ever tried card counting?
Yep. Yeah, you
do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah. It's just harder as you get up into more decks. Most casinos run like, 5+ decks. It's easier if you're 5 under. But yeah.
Is it hard?
No, absolutely not, because all you do is +1 on your 10s, -1 on your low cards, and 0 on your neutrals. Just make sure that you don't count them until the cards are out on the board, because if you try to keep up as they're dealing out the cards, you can step on top of yourself.
That's true. Yeah,
not that I'd know. I mean, I have no idea about it. King's talking about here.
Card counting is not illegal.
No, it's not
illegal. It's just
they
just don't like it at all because you have an edge. It's really like the markets, man.
Yep, it is. Hey,
it's
Aqua
like the markets. You have what's up, Aqua? You have an edge, and they don't like when you have an edge.
Yep.
Because once you have an edge, it's no longer it's still gambling. Or counting, you just have 1% higher chance, let's say.
Yeah. All you got is a little bit higher probability, which isn't honestly a ton, because when you think about it, what you're trying to do is you're trying to, give yourself a higher probability of more 10s being in, the shoe. So essentially what you're doing is trying to make sure there's more 10s left as you get further down. But what the disadvantage of that is, I mean, and people never think about this part, you're just as likely to bust as the dealer is. Now, you can stand, obviously, but that's not going to help you in all cases. So, although it does give you a little higher probability, it's really not as much of a, a lot of people think it's you count cards, now all of a sudden you're guaranteed to win and you're going to kill it and everything else.
No, it
doesn't like work that way. Yeah.
It's like a 1% gain from it, but like, not going to lie to you, man. Over time, that 1% really affects, man. Yeah.
Like Jeff, poker's better. I agree with that. I hate blackjack.
No, I'd rather play blackjack, bro.
Yeah, no,
I'd
a lot of people
lose my
would.
money. I feel like I actually did something, bro.
A lot of people like blackjack better. I don't like it.
No, not like because I don't know how to play poker.
Yeah, you should learn it. Poker's much better, because the difference in poker, right, King, is like trading, however you want to look at it, right? Like, you're not playing the house when you play poker. You're playing other players, so you don't have to beat the house anymore. That's what makes it so much better. And you do in a way, right? Like, a lot of people say, well, you're not playing the house at all. You kind of are, because you have rake. So essentially, they take rake out of every pot. So if you're not playing at your best, the rake will, tear you up at the end, right? So
it's rate like commission.
Basically, yeah.
I don't know what rate
basically
is.
it's a percentage out of each pot they take. That's how they pay, for you being there, because they don't win no money. So that's how they pay for the dealer and the room, and that's how they make their money off you sitting there, essentially. So yeah, it's just rake. So it's nice though, because you're not playing the casino. Only game in the casino that you're not actually playing the house. You're playing all the other players. So you have a huge edge there. You have, it's not stacked against you. Your probability, depending on how well you play, is, determining on how well you do. So that is the nice thing. But, you can kind of say the market's similar. That's why I always compare it to poker, because, we're essentially playing against all the other traders. When we go long, we're playing against all the traders that are short. That's essentially what you're doing. So not necessarily are you against, and a lot of people say, well, no, you're against the market. No, you're against the other traders. So when you're trading and you enter a long position, traders, the other traders are short. That's where they're trading at. So essentially you're playing against them at the end of the day. Now you can say, well, the market makers are going here, the market makers are going there. Yes, that happens. Yes, you can say there's, manipulation in the game. You can come up with all these things, which I'm not denying the fact, but you still have to realize, like poker, when you win money going long, another trader lost money going short. And that's just how the game works. Same thing when you sit down at the poker table. When you're betting into that pot and you turn over the best hand, it's the other guys around that table that lost money to you. You're taking their money.
Yeah,
so you want to one up them.
Man.
Yeah, you do. You do too. And that's why then you start a YouTube channel and you try to teach people how to trade, and you start a Discord, you try to get members, and you do it for free so that your conscience feels a little better. I don't know who does stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying.
Nah, you sound like a stupid idea to me, man. Fuck that guy, man. Yeah, should have won with me, not against me, man. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Going against me, man. Get this guy out of here, man. Oh, well, you went against me.
Did you? Aquawolf, roulette is definitely not 50-50 unless you're only betting red and black, and it's still not 50-50. Roulette's like the best.
Nah, yeah,
roulette is similar. Roulette's similar to RR, Aquawolf.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Roulette in the betting world, or roulette in the betting world, right? In the trading world, you'd compare RR to roulette. You'd pair RR to like in the betting world, it'd be called a parlay. And any of you that know about sports betting, you understand what a parlay is. That's what RR is. So essentially, you're putting X amount into something, and you're expecting a huge return. That's what roulette is as well. So for that, you're going to lose, a majority of the time, if not always. That's just how it works. A parlay is the same way. Parlay means that let's just say that you bet teams, right, on a parlay. Essentially, what you do is you put $100 on teams to win. So if you put $100 on it and you want $500, and you're probably going to have to pick, 4, 5, 6 teams to win. So essentially on Sunday, or whatever day the games are, I'm clarifying here as football Sunday, you have to pick 5 teams, 6 teams, and every single one of those teams has to win in order for you to get your 5R. And anybody who's a true professional bettor, they don't bet that. They never play that. That's sucker's bet. And that's why I have a different mentality when it comes to the RR thing. It's just like Jeff, he plays poker. You can ask him the same thing. If you were sitting down at a poker table and you got a pair of aces and you say, okay, I need 5R out of this, well, good luck. It just doesn't work that way. So, hello, Sonia. But you can leave without winning the tournament, right? When you make profits that you like, you can leave. No. Nope. You play to the end. Yeah, you play to the end. It's either you. I mean, and your paid positions, depending on how big the tournament is, your paid positions may be the top 3. Paid positions may be the top 10. Just depends on the size of the tournament. I went to a tournament that was 1,500 once, up in Colorado at a fire station. I ended up finishing like 15th. But yeah, you have to.
Bro, I swear, bro, I love your stories, man. They're so random, bro. What are you doing in Colorado, bro? What are you doing there?
Yeah, I used to travel with my. I told you I used to have a distribution company, and I used to go around and travel all over the place. Yeah. So when I was in these areas, I did a lot of poker tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah,
hey, Melissa, if you want to,
I'm not gonna forget that, bro.
Yeah, if you want to add me on Discord, just you can do that. I don't know how to add people on Discord, so you just send me a friend request.
You want me to help you with that?
No, I'm good. Some bookies started adding bonus to parlays. I still don't touch it. Yeah, parlays are a sucker's bet, and I mean, Man Bear Bull, if you're sports betting, tell me from your perspective. Right, that parlays are not very similar to RR trading.
Nah, bro, that's the bullshit, bro. If I go enter position, I better see 10x of my profits, bro. Otherwise, I'm calling the market maker, man.
Yeah.
Yo, ask the best, bro.
Just wrap your head around that for a minute, all right, Man Bear Bull, wrap your head around that. Yeah, and that's what RR is, right? Like, if you bet your team, and you know betting, so you got to pay vig. Of course, you can call that commissions or spread or whatever, depending on what asset you trade. Yeah. All right. So, if you bet your team and your team's favored to win, you know as well as I do that essentially you got negative R. You're gonna have to bet 100. And let's just say 150 to get 100, right? Under normal circumstances, depending on what sport you're talking about and how big of a advantage your team has. That's negative R. In the trading world, people say, well, we don't do negative R. But you understand now, looking at the betting side of things, why that makes no sense. Why your bankroll is how you profit in betting. And I mean, the same thing goes for poker. The same thing goes for everything. You manage your risk by saying, hey, I have X amount of bankroll, and I'm going to bet X amount per, maximum bet. And that's the max I'm going to take on a bet, because that's the max I prefer to lose. And that's it. And I mean, poker's the same way. And the way that people look at trading just doesn't make any sense. And you should be able to... I want to learn to play poker. Absolutely. Watch Jeff's stream. Is he still here streaming? Poker's great, Sonia. Absolutely amazing. I played poker over the weekend though, and I didn't do well on Saturday. The board just was not helping me any, so I only played one day this week and ended down. But most weekends I do.
Happens.
I do decent, so I'm not. You can't go with one losing day, but it happens. What are you gonna do? But just think of that RR, Man Bear Bull, when they talk about RR and trading, and look at how ridiculous it looks now that you've tried to put it in terms of, sports betting or poker or whatever. Any of you guys, roulette. Aqua Wolf is not.
Well,
that's the worst game you can play, roulette, sadly. Yeah, it's the worst play. It's the biggest sucker game in the casino. You have the most disadvantage in roulette, but roulette is very much like RR, because you're going to put your bet out there. Yeah, you're going to put your bet out there, and you're going to get a whole bunch of R for each bet that you put out there. The problem is most people aren't profitable playing roulette. It's a sucker's game. That's the whole thing, because everybody wants to play it because you bet 5 and you get 50 if you win, or whatever the case may be, like 10R, right? So, and that's why you don't win. Anything that you play that's like that, the chances are you're going to lose. It's just how it works.
Nah, guys, listen here, bro. Put everything on black, bro. You're fine. This is not financial advice.
Put everything on black. Yeah, if you play black, right? You play black or you play red, then it's almost a 50% chance, but you only get 1 times your money. So for almost a 50% chance, which is not completely because green can always roll. If you get zeros or 0-0, you know, 0 or 0-0, which is green, now you've lost. So it's actually not 50-50, and you get, you know, one time your money. So that's how it works. Which
Put
is
money on. No,
yes, on the counting cards is easy. We were just talking about that. Counting cards is easy. All your 10s, you do +1. All your small cards, you do -1, and then your neutral, your in-between cards, you just do as neutral, 0, so you don't add nothing for it. Super easy.
bro,
To count cards.
roulette is so easy, bro. Roulette is so easy. You just put money on black.
Yeah.
You put money on what's the other color? On, I think red, right? I don't know. I'm just looking to roulette, and then put the other one on green as well. There you go, man.
Yeah,
100% win rate.
Just push Jeff's screen instead of mine. All you gotta do is look at Jeff's screen instead of mine. And if you have another screen or a way to put them side by side, just put my screen up from YouTube or Kick or whatever, right? Yep. Black or red, then 0 kills you. Yep. And you got 0-0-0 too. So you got double ways to get killed in that. So I mean, I think it's about 48%, something like that on black and red. So you got about 48%, but you only get, you know, 1 time your money. So essentially, it's still a losing thing. If you run that, you know, 100 times, you'll see that you'll still come out of a loss unless you're just lucky. And you know, luck's a whole nother thing. So you're lucky. It doesn't matter what kind of game you play or what kind of you know, thing you bet on, because no matter what your RR or your you know, probability is, luck will always come out in the end, and a lot of guys have that. A lot of guys are just super lucky. So,
Like you with trading.
yeah, right. I wish I was just lucky. That would be nice. If it was all luck, it'd be
funny,
easy.
bro.
It'd be easy because luck, right? Luck takes care of this 50-50. So if you're lucky, you just short here and it goes down. Even though it's 50-50, you're lucky, so it don't matter. And then you're good. But unfortunately, I'm not lucky like that. There are some people that really, really, truly are. Yep, me too, Sonny. I got to work hard too. That's the problem. There are some people that just do it. And the sad part is, and again, all you new people, I'm not trying to, you know, take the wind out of yourselves or whatever, but that's where a lot of new people think that they've now created the strategy that's the best strategy in the world, is because they trade something, they get 10 wins or something, 10 wins in a row or whatever over the last, you know, week. And now all of a sudden they have the best strategy there is. In reality, it's just luck. I mean, it's 50-50 at the end of the day. So if you take 10 wins, right, you can take 10 losses. And that's where people get so upset because
way too small.
Yeah, that's where people get so upset because they'll take several losses in a row too. And then they're like, oh, well, I'm done. This is garbage. This strategy sucks. And they'll go on to the next strategy. But in reality, you've got a 75% winning strategy. Let's just say. So therefore, probability's in your favor. You're gonna win over time, right? Your consistency is going to work with you with a 75% winning strategy. However, problem is that 25% losing can happen at any time, and people don't get this. So here they get into a new strategy. They're winning, and this is actually a decent strategy, not just something that, you know, came up out of nowhere. It's actually an actual 75%, you know, consistent strategy. Let's say, right? But they start taking wins, or they start taking losses after these wins, right? Back to back to back. And then they say, oh, this strategy sucks, and go and find another one. And this is always where the problem comes in at, because, again, just because you take losses back to back to back doesn't necessarily mean the strategy is no good. It just means that, you know, you're due. If you take 100 trades, right, let's just say, and you got a 75% winning strategy, that means that 25 losses can come at any given time during that 100 trade run. And essentially they can come back to back to back. Again, not saying they will. Is it highly probable? No, but they can. So when these people start losing, you know, 10 trades in a row, 15 trades in a row, yeah, it seems completely, utterly horrible. However, that's variance. If you got a 75% winning strategy, you're going to lose 25% of the time. So you're going to lose 25 trades out of 100, regardless of where that is, right? So don't throw it in the trash can if you know that it's a 75% win rate. If you know that this is working and it should be consistent, you just got to make it through that variance. The same thing happens when you go and you sit around a poker table. People love the poker table. They love to go. They love to get their bankroll. They love to buy in, you know, 100 big blinds. You're ready to rock and roll, and you win, you win, you win. You know, you spent the last month winning every game you go to, and now all of a sudden you start, you know, chipping out. You start getting killed, you know, for the next 2-3 weeks. Well, obviously that's variance. It's going to happen. You have to have the losses too, sadly. It's just part of it. So that's all part of how your strategy is and how your win rate is and everything else. So some might find lucky like being lucky in a casino, and others find lucky like being born into a nice and loving family without financial problems. Like, it can be so much different to each person. True. Very true. What's bad, I think, is the ego. Everyone wants to have their own thing and say that they have figured it out, and they try to find complex stuff and a lot of indicators, etc., when in reality, they could find a profitable strategy by seeing what others are doing and doing it as well. Yeah, absolutely. But everyone wants to be the best to make it work their own unique way, as if everyone can do that. My thing's always been, Aqua Wolf, that whatever, you know, resonates with you, and I always use the word resonates, and the reason that I say that, it's what you can understand, right? What strategy you look at and you're like, ah, that makes sense to me. And then you can implement it and do well with it. You know what I mean? And after you find that strategy, right? And this is just my thoughts, you know, everybody do what they want. But after you find that strategy and you like it, you understand it, and it starts working for you, the only thing you can do past that to make it better, right, is add more rules to it in order to limit your losses. That's essentially the only way that you can make the strategy better. Add some more things in, you know, add confluences, add something in order to limit your losses, and that's how you actually, you know, grow your bankroll. So there's always going to be them little improvements that you can do here and there to be more disciplined, limit your losses, things of that nature that you can kind of cater it to yourself. But you're right. I mean, whatever strategy people can wrap their head around is the best strategy for said person, as long as it's something that works, right? And that's what a lot of people don't get. They look at all these super complex strategies, and the only reason it's super complex is because you don't understand it. You understand what I'm saying? So if it doesn't resonate with you, you shouldn't be doing that strategy. Like, one guy will sit down, let's just say, and they like to work order flow. Well, somebody that don't understand order flow has no idea what this strategy is, so it seems complex to them. But the guy that works order flow doesn't seem complex to him. However, you show him some candlesticks, and he's going to be like, man, that's the most complicated thing I ever seen. And he can't work that strategy, right? So that's why I always use the word resonates with you, because whatever you can understand and it makes sense to you, and this is all individual, because we're all individuals at the end of the day. Whatever strategy you see and it makes sense to you, and you can, you know, make use of that strategy and consistently make profits with it, is definitely what you should do. And that's why I always tell everybody, you know, I know as much as I talk ICT, SMC, all these things, I'm not saying that anybody shouldn't use those strategies by any means. There's people who, you know, are consistently profitable using those strategies. So if that works for you, then you should by all means do that. You know what I mean? It's just for me, and I forget who was asking me over the weekend about however most people don't understand how market works. They have why price moves the way it does and how the MM thinks. They just focus on technicals and ICT, SMC, whatever concepts. Yeah. I mean, everybody has their idea of how the market works, I think. I mean, that goes both ways, though. Even that, Aqua Wolf, is a personal thought. Like, if just for instance, right? If you ask one person, they'll tell you that buys put the market up. You know, buyers come into the market goes up. Sellers come into the market goes down. Okay, and that's what they'll tell you. Okay, so this is how the market works. It's nothing more than, you know, and we'll even go as far as a auction process, right? So it's nothing more than buyers coming in, that gives you candles to the upside, sellers coming in, that gives you candles to the downside, right? So in its simplest terms, that's market movement, right? That's what some people will tell you. However, if that were the case, then you couldn't even talk about inefficiencies anymore, because buyers are coming in and buying the market up, but as they're coming in and tons of them are, you know, flooding the market's not pushing up. Now, how would that be explained if all it is buyers and sellers at the end of the day? You know, it can't be. And that's the whole problem with all of it. There is no ideal scenario when it comes to that. For me, and the way I see the market, like I was talking about over the weekend, JJ was talking about how the market makers, when he was a market maker, how the market was moved to orders. And that was the biggest thing that resonated with me. You know, everybody keeps asking me, oh, well, you know, can I learn from JJ? Am I going to be a better trader? I don't know, guys. JJ didn't teach anything that was, you know, of any use to me, per se. I just listened to what he said, right? So when I listened to him, I realized that all they did was go after the orders. And what I noticed, and yes, G-Flock, I say this a million times, what I noticed is all your orders have to be sitting in one place for him to, you know, come take the orders. So Aqua Wolf, what I saw, right, was that all the stop losses are always in the same place. So with most trading strategies, and I'm not going to say all, with most trading strategies, all their stop loss is set in the same place. And that makes it super easy to trade against those. And that's the whole thing. Yep, that's the thing. You've already heard this, G-Flock. Hey, I know. You've already heard it 100 times. Not my fault. Either way, so that's what I took from him. And I always say that was one of the biggest things to completing my strategy. And it wasn't that he was teaching this, because he wasn't, Aqua Wolf. He wasn't. Firstly, I see it as the MM hunting orders and the sellers betting against each other, that the buyers will buy their order. Yeah. Normally what drives the price down is market makers turning on supply. In all reality, that's what a lot of people don't understand. When they turn off supply, because they normally hold a majority of the orders, when they turn off supply, price goes up. It's just like a water faucet. When they turn on supply, then the market gets flooded with sell orders and pushes it back down. And that's the whole thing. They start selling orders. That's how turning on supply works. So what they'll do is they'll buy orders on the way up and then sell orders on the way back down. Buy low, sell high. That's the whole point. What do you mean insider info? And why you normally see stuff not get hit, like levels, this, that, the other, is because you'll see a lot of sell orders within. See what they'll do. All right. If you're looking at a chart and say you're coming to a demand area, what they'll do is they'll front run that area and turn on supply and price will start dropping there. This is what we're looking for in the chart, right? So it starts dropping there. And you know then when it starts dropping before you get to these areas that all they're doing is front running those guys. What those guys will do afterwards is now move their orders down. So now the market maker buys those orders and pushes the price right up through them because they got more orders that way. That's a way for them to manipulate the market. So they can actually get more orders by turning on supply and front running, or vice versa, start buying and front running. Same thing, because that's how they can get their orders. Makes sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I'm a little tired. I might not have said it right, but hopefully you can wrap your head around it. Off frequencies, yeah. That's funny. That's not what Aquawolf says. It's vibes. It's vibes. Not frequencies. Vibes. Metaphysics. There you go. Well, I know people who trade by moon cycles, man, and they do it. So they'll tell you that full moons mean this, new moons mean this. They do it. I'm telling you. So why, right? And everybody will say, well, that doesn't make any sense. And here's where the problem is too, guys. People don't wrap their head around why this stuff works. You say, well, what do you mean it's going to be, where everybody sells on, or I don't remember which is which, because I don't really remember. It's been a long time since I looked at all that stuff, but I used to know some pro traders that actually, traded by moon cycles, no lie, right? And then you ask yourself, well, how is that possible? If the full moon comes, why would price go down or why would price go up, right? And the reason is, guys, because everybody's trading it. Full moon pump, new moon dump. Beautiful. There you go, Sonny. People are trading it. That's why. If everybody knows full moon pump, then everybody's going to buy when there's a full moon. Why? Because they want to make sure they get in on that pump. Well, what's that going to do to the market? If everybody's buying, what's going to happen? Yep. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Absolutely. And that is the market most of the time. Aquawolf, and that's what you've got to pay attention to as we're trading this, because self-fulfilling prophecy is exactly how this market moves under most conditions. Yep, like fibs and other TA, exactly. And you'll see that fibs always line up with supply demand, as do order box, as do support resistance, and that just adds the fuel to it too. You got to understand those. So it's always the same thing. And this is why you got to, Sonny, you don't like fibs. Stop playing. You got to wrap your head around how this works, right? And you got to, pay attention to what should and shouldn't be and what looks out of place or doesn't. Where the reactions, this is always why I say reactions, right? We come up into a fib, right? And a resistance, let's say, right? And a bearish order block and a supply zone, yada, yada, yada. Keep on adding whatever you want to say up into a trend line, up into a, go on. And you see all these things on the chart and that reaction doesn't go down. You get a wick and it starts moving down and doesn't go, if you can't see that all these traders have gotten involved and you realize that all these strategies line up here, all these traders just went short, price didn't give the reaction of going down, what's about to happen? You know, and this is where the candle building comes from. What's going to happen? If they're not getting their shorts and they come down and they start coming back up, what's going to happen? Don't give a reaction. Yep. Don't give a reaction, Chief Locke. Ask Jeff. Ask Jeff what happens if somebody raises pre-flop, right? Then the flop comes and they don't bet on the flop. Ask him what that means. That's the reaction we're looking for. No, nothing to do with no traders involved. No, nothing to do with no orders. No, no, no. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. What does that mean, Jeff? Pre-flop, you look down at king, and you raise. You get called, maybe even 3-bet, raise over you. Flop comes 7-5-3, and they don't bet. They check it to you. What does that mean, Jeff? Yeah, if they check raise, it could mean a lot. What it normally means is they didn't catch anything. And that's the whole thing. And that's the same thing with these traders. When they get involved in these areas and it doesn't go their way, they're quick to get weak hands. They're quick to go break even. They understand that their stops are about to get hit. Weakness. Exactly. See, my wife's on it. Exactly. Weakness. And that's the whole thing. And they'll get weak hands also in trading. It's the same thing. When it goes up to that level and all these traders get involved and you realize where all these traders are going to go short, you see it in the wick of the candle first. And then it doesn't play in their favor enough for them to get, you know, depending on what kind of trading style they are, enough to get back to a demand zone, enough to get their 3R, enough to get to their next support level. They will start having weak hands and getting out, and that kills all the rest of the people that are in those trades. And the market maker will push through those stops because it's easy to push those traders back out. It's easy to shake them back out. And all them orders are sitting there. Tons and tons and tons. That's the same thing that you do when you build a pot before the flop, and then they get weak once the flop comes. And it's all psychology of humans at the end of the day. And that's what you're doing, is shaking them out of that pot. Poker is the same exact thing. You're shaking them out of that pot. I'm saying if you had king, Jeff, all I'm telling you is if they call you, you know, or 3-bet you. I saw a different thing. I'm sorry, Chief Locke. Yeah, you're allowed to be wrong. Sonia's right. You're allowed to be wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how you learn. Yeah. Jeff, what I'm saying is if they raise you a 3-bet pre-flop and then the flop comes and they don't bet, they check it to you. If you don't get check raised, you already know where you're at. You want to put in a big bet there, at least half pot, if not stronger, even though you didn't make a hand, because they checked. Now, if they come over the top of you, now you drop your cards if you don't have anything, right? But it's all psychology at the end of the day. You're just playing to their weakness. They check to you. If they check raise you, good, they're strong. If they don't check raise you, they're probably going to fold. If they just call you, they still probably have nothing. They're waiting for the next card. Half pot bet again. You're building the pot. What do you have? Who cares what you have? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing with trading. Doesn't matter what you have. You're playing on their weakness. That's all you're doing. Yep, they missed the board. Yep, exactly. Exactly, and that's the whole thing. That's the same thing you see in traders. They miss the board. When they get involved, they start getting scared when it doesn't immediately react as they want it to. Well, they got in when it hit the spot rather than waiting for the reaction to happen. We're waiting for the reaction to happen. So when the reaction doesn't happen, now we trade against it. Just like the guy that checks on the flop. That was his reaction. Now you play that reaction. That's the same thing we're doing. Hopefully that makes sense. A lot of you don't play poker, so it only makes sense to Jeff, I'm sure, but... Alright, Aqua Wolf. Have a good one. Price action is boring currently. Not gonna lie, it's Monday. Have a great day, though. I will see you back tomorrow, man. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it, man.